Good morning. So this is the weekend reading. I have to get my dates right. So February 22nd and 23rd. How are we almost done? 2 months. Also, I will be taking down the website temporarily because I'll be traveling. And when I'm traveling, I'm not going to be able to do any personal readings. It's travel for work. And so I'm going to be exhausted. So let's get 2 more about our past. Current energy. And future energy. Not surprised to see this. So bottom of the deck here, death card. I mean, this is, I feel like if it's not the death card, it's the tower card. We're all going through some major changes, major shakeups right now. This here feels like this is going to be a building energy, that we kind of almost were in this lull for a little bit, and now things are going to start picking up again. We're going to have a partial eclipse this week. And that's not a surprise that things are going to start kind of picking up in speed and momentum. So we are going to have the new moon in Pisces, Pisces being the north node. So again, not surprised to see the change that's going to happen here because the eclipses are those kind of karmic lessons. So when I look at the past here, I'm getting the Four of Pentacles, Strength card, and the Chariot. So the Four of Pentacles, this feels a lot like the transformation that we just went through. I'm getting a very strong sense of whatever happened recently. I'm getting a lot of kind of things just kind of falling away. Almost like that tower energy happened in the past, and what was left behind was just kind of the bare-boned basics. There was something about the debris being removed or these obstacles and challenges being lifted in some sort of way. It feels like it was a very freeing type of energy where it was kind of a coming out of your shell, figuring out, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the direction I want to go. Because with the Strength in the Chariot, that indicates forward movement. And so whatever happened here in the past, it took you back to your basic self. It took you back to your fundamental needs and said, okay, now rebuild. And what's happening now, because that death card is showing up, we have the Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, the Hierophant with the Three of Cups. So the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords, this is the death card. It's removing any blocks. I'm getting the Nine of Swords is stress, fear, anxiety, all of these things. Knight of Swords, it feels like you are moving away from it. And the way the cards look, when I look at them, the Knight of Swords is moving away from that Nine of Swords. And so the Nine of Swords, this is what you want to get rid of. You are moving in a better direction. And you're going after this happiness, this union here, something that I'm getting a sense that you can be proud of. This is moving in a direction that aligns with your journey. It allows you to feel happy. And this union, this Hierophant energy, so it could be marriage. That's not going to be the case for everybody here. But it is about some sort of spiritual path, spiritual union. That Hierophant is a very spiritual energy. And so there's this need to find happiness in the things that are hidden beneath the surface. There are things that are unknown. It's about leaning into this energy here. When I look at the future, I'm getting the Empress with the Page of Pentacles. So the Empress is harmony, balance. It's bringing people together. That's what Venus energy is. It's about bringing people together. It rules relationships, what you love, what you value. And so with the Page of Pentacles, what you're doing is you're kind of leaning into just the way that you feel. You're letting your feelings kind of drive the decisions that you make. So your rational mind isn't driving right now. It's your heart. And with that, it's opening you up to a lot more, I want to say comfort, but there's something about, because it's not quite comfort that you're leaning into. It's more of this, I can't articulate it. I'm going to keep going and see if I can find a way to articulate exactly what I'm feeling, because I keep wanting to say words, but they don't make sense. So I'm going to keep going. I'm also getting the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands. So the Four of Wands, again, with the marriage cards out here and Empress. So really a lot of relationship energy, if that's your thing. Otherwise, the Four of Wands is a reason to celebrate. And then we have the Page of Wands here, which is all about your movement forward. This is about you figuring things out, talking to other people, making some sort of plan, moving in a direction, being open to feedback and information to move in a different direction here. I'm going to get some additional details. So tell me about this Four of Pentacles in the past and the Strength card. Yeah, not surprised to see any of this. With the Four of Pentacles, I'm getting the Hanged Man. The reason everything was kind of taken back to that basics in the past was so that you could start operating from a different point of view, so that you could start seeing things differently. Everything had to shake up so that you could move in a different direction. Whatever it was in your old life, because I was getting limitations and restrictions, it was like this comfort zone, just the way that you were feeling before and the environment that you were in before the Tower moment, before all of the change started, didn't allow for any growth. You had already got, not the right words, but you already maximized everything that you wanted out of that situation. You weren't going to get any more. You'd kind of hit the ceiling on what you were able to get. And so this is about moving in a different direction, a better direction. It's just opening you up to so many more possibilities here. And with the Strength card, I'm getting the World. And so this is what's happening here. The strength to move in a different direction, to really open yourself up to new possibilities, does require a lot of strength, because your comfort zone is in the way things used to be. And so you're going to want to go back into that environment because you know how to navigate it. And what you're doing here, and what you have been doing, because it's showing up in the past, is figuring out this new path forward, figuring out what is in your best interest. And it's not being afraid to take a risk here. It is embracing that new opportunity. And when I look at the Chariot, I'm getting the Page of Swords with the Eight of Cups. So the Chariot, it's all about success. It's overcoming battles. It's also clearing the path. Your success is in clearing the path, knowing that it's your time to walk away from a situation because it just isn't right for you anymore. So this is all showing up in the past. So let's get the current energy. Tell me about the, okay, we have two. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. Clarifying the Nine of Swords here, we have the Hermit with the Eight of Wands. So Nine of Swords, that stress, that fear, anxiety. With the Hermit and the Eight of Wands, this is a lot of healing, a lot of healing. That Hermit energy, Virgo energy, healing, movement forward. Eight of Wands, you might even be having conversations around how it made you feel to be in that past energy. This is really all helping you disconnect from it, really release that energy. The more that you open up around how you felt or what was taking place and just the impact that it had on you emotionally, the easier it is to disconnect from it mentally. I'm just getting a sense that there's people around you who did not understand what you were going through or the level at which you felt it. And so there's this need to kind of open up to other people so that they can understand your point of view. And the minute that you do, things start to kind of feel relief. It just feels relieving. Clarifying the Knight of Swords here is the Five of Swords. And so again, resolving some sort of conflict. So when you're moving away from the stress and the anxiety, you're resolving some sort of inner conflict here with that Five of Swords. Love the way that shows up. And then clarifying the Hierophant and the Three of Cups here, Wheel of Fortune. Whatever it is that you're going towards, whatever union is in front of you, spiritual union, a lot of happiness connected to it. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is growth, abundance, expansion. It's Jupiter energy. It's really positive energy. So whatever is unfolding for you is meant to unfold for you. Tell me about the Four of Wands. Lots of change coming through here. We have the Hanged Man in the past. I've got a 5 showing up in the current energy, and I have 2 5s, at least 2 5s from what I can see, showing up in the future energy. The 5s are all about change. Hanged Man, it's all about seeing things from a different perspective. This is more of that transformation, transition. And so when I look in the future energy, the Page of Pentacles and the Empress, so you figuring out exactly what you want to align yourself with, the direction that you want to go. It's clarified by the 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands is out here twice. Again, with the marriage cards, but a reason to celebrate. And so what you're doing here is really finding these people, places, circumstances, any kind of situation that you can think of that aligns with your well-being. It aligns with your happiness. It allows you to feel grounded and stable and just loving life again, because that's what's happening here. There's this, it's almost as though everybody's been walking around like a zombie for the last few years without even realizing that that's been taking place. And now all of a sudden everybody's kind of waking up to it, and you're starting to kind of tap back into your own happiness and really make decisions from that point of view instead of some kind of old, it's like an old point of view, very stale, very stagnant point of view. Clarifying this 4 of Wands, we have the 4 of Cups with the 5 of Pentacles. What you're doing as you're kind of embracing this new path and everything that's available to you, embracing the happier side of things. You're learning to let go of all the disappointment connected to the past, anything here that would hold you back, anything that has you in a negative mindset, letting it go. You're just not interested in this anymore. With the Page of Wands, I'm getting the 5 of Wands. So as you move forward, it's about understanding the obstacles and challenges, what lessons are connected to those. It's overcoming the obstacles and challenges, because the obstacles and challenges, the way that they're presenting themselves now, it's not meant to be some sort of massive hurdle for you to overcome. It's about showing you, well, when they pop up in the way that they pop up, what is it trying to redirect you towards? Because there is a redirection that's taking place right now with these obstacles and challenges. The obstacles and challenges are showing up when you try to point yourself back to an old path. That's how this is coming across. You're trying to point yourself back to an old path, or you're making decisions that would align you with your old path. And so what you're seeing are challenges, brick walls being thrown out there to say, that's not for you anymore. Don't do that, because you're actually going to be much happier over here, even if it is unknown, even if you don't know exactly what to expect long term. You know that you're focused on your emotional well-being. It didn't come up in the reading today, but what has been coming up is just this long-term goal-oriented energy. And so everything that you're doing right now and everything that you have been doing is to point in that direction. And that's interesting that I'm not getting the sense of being long-term focused, because that has been coming up. And so this tells me that right now, living in the present, kind of finding and maintaining some sort of balance is going to be necessary, especially with that partial eclipse that's happening this week, because it is in the North Node. The North Node is the lesson that we're meant to learn. And so wherever Pisces rules in your birth chart, that is the lesson for you roughly the next year and a half till July of next year. And so this one here, really significant, because it just indicates the direction forward. And the Page of Wands it's very motivating. The wands are all about what excites you. What direction do you want to go in? And then move in that direction. So I like the way that this is all kind of playing out. So this is the reading for the weekend. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.